All right.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back
to the Bun Me and Buzz podcast.
Once again, we are back. So we realized that for the last 2 episodes, we used to say the wrong audio. So we literally plugged these microphones into our laptop and just did not select them as the recording device.
We're idiots. We're actually... Who let us have a podcast? Nobody. Yet we're here. And hey, we're all learning, okay? It's just... It's only our, 5th episode, alright? We're not perfect. We're human.
Yeah, we're here.
We're just girls.
We're just girls.
We're just girls, okay? What do you expect? But we'll get it soon. We'll get it right. I don't know if this audio is going to be top tier, but it'll be better than last one, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. So last time we were on, it was Halloween. So now, even though it is November, we are in full-fledged Christmas season, in my opinion, because Thanksgiving doesn't have a soundtrack, and therefore it does not exist in the calendar of things.
I agree.
Except for the actual day.
Right. And I think this will be posted on Thanksgiving. I think that... Oh, no, it won't. No, JK. Nope. Okay, cut.
Who are you saying cut to?
Myself.
You're the person.
Myself. So that I know. Cut is yes.
Sure.
Christmas is happening now.
It's
gonna...
Yeah, that's true.
It's getting colder soon.
I mean, it'll drop. It'll much colder in Texas now.
I think it's gonna drop to the 40s next week. Monday.
Yeah, but then how many days?
No, but I think that's that's it. That's the cold front that's gonna bring winter here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm in Dallas and she's in Austin. Dallas, I think, is a bit colder.
Yeah, because it's more north.
I think literally a week after Halloween, so maybe a couple of days, I had to wear a puffer to work.
See, that's not the case for Austin.
Yeah. And because it was in the 40s in the morning, and then at 3 p.m., which is usually really hot for Texas, it was in the 50s. It was super windy, but then of course it went back up. But it's still, we're at good 70s right now compared to the 90s, 100s horribleness.
I guess that's true, but it's still high 70s over here, 80s sometimes during the day, and I'm dude, what?
Not me.
It's not feeling like Christmas Eve.
I also work in an office, so I don't get to go outside.
I'm unemployed, so and I do have the opportunity to go outside, yet I stay in my room.
I mean, the thing is, it's fair though, because I feel as I'm getting older, if you go outside, that just means you have to spend money.
That's the problem with America, because we have no third places.
Yeah.
No third places to chill and just hang. But I've been really into going to parks and stuff.
I think there's definitely better up here. You actually have nature, so there's more.
Yeah, and I
parks.
didn't realize how nice it was until I started doing it. And I'm this is great. I don't have to spend money. I can go do my little hot girl walk around a lake or people watch.
Yeah, Dallas doesn't have that. We just have homeless people and concrete and not really even nice buildings and bad roads.
Ooh. Well.
so that's the difference, I guess. Because I used to live in Austin for a couple of years and I kind of didn't really like it that much at first. And then I left and I was oh no.
You're wait, take me back, please.
I can't just take a hike. I can't just literally go on a hike.
Yeah.
Any weekend, because I used to do that a lot when I was in Austin, around this weather, mid or late October until early May is when I do my
hiking,
my outsideness, my hiking,
right?
Because it's nice weather, but I can't do that anymore in Dallas, and that is really sad.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever move to Dallas. That's just me though.
That's fair.
I just don't vibe with the.
I think Dallas, it's the downtown Dallas, it's really, that's fair. I think you like Frisco and stuff where we have farmers markets and we have libraries and there's more small town walkability, that was better. But Dallas, the people drive crazy.
The heart of Dallas. The other day, though, I feel like people just drive crazy everywhere. Because the other day, I was
I think that's true.
road, right?
Right, driving.
And these cars just like racing no one, like racing themselves, going in and out of like traffic, like zooming like this, weaving through people. And I'm like, why though?
Who are
Do you want
Yeah.
to get into an accident? Like, are you insane? And it's always a male. Okay, it's never a female, or
That's
not
true.
that I've seen. Like,
I
I'm
think
sure they
so.
exist, but it's just like I've never
It's
personally
less.
experienced that.
I think we have more things to worry about, and so we don't have
I think-
the area to be like, oh, you know, I could race.
Right. We're also just not as reckless. That's why
think
we
that's
live
true.
longer, period.
Yeah.
Get it together, men.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I've noticed. Literally everywhere that I go, people will say, any city that you bring up, like, oh, people drive crazy there. Every single one.
Yeah.
But there are worse than others. There are worse places. Like, I do believe that Dallas is the worst out of the Texas.
Really?
Out
Worse
of
than Houston?
Texas.
I feel like Houston's kind of bad.
Here's the thing. Okay, I guess it depends on how you define worst, because I think Houston has like bad drivers.
Okay.
So it's like bad in that way. Like they just don't
Right.
know as much to drive. But Dallas, it's more dangerous. So in what I'm saying, like worse is more dangerous because people are like going places too fast for no reason. Like they will weave in and out. Everybody is trying to weave across 8 lanes, and like, and they're just too aggressive. Like they're just too aggressive that even though I think the skill level is better than Houstonians, I am from Houston, so I'm immune. I can say this.
That's so crazy.
But Houston people, I think, go a little bit slower. It's like a little bit less aggressive if they're like, oh, this is dangerous. They don't care. They don't care. Like they just go.
I see.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, I just big city.
Yeah.
I think just any big city, you're gonna run into like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's just like, ugh.
And Austin, you got a college town, so there are some people, like college people, right? But then also
Yeah.
because the lanes are small, like obviously there's a little bit of everything, but I do think that like accident rates, I have seen the highest in Dallas, and that is what I'm judging this on. I literally saw 2 car accidents today.
Oh,
So
that's the tea. And that's
that's the tea on traffic patterns, guys.
Where else would you want to move though? Like if you
I
could
mean-
pick.
Well, here's the thing. I want to move to New York next, so
Right.
But I wouldn't drive there.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to drive in New York at all.
No, to
At
have
all.
a car. Like we went to New York like 2 years ago, and we met up with one of my friends, and he brought his car, and he was paying $400 a month to park
Yeah,
his car in New York that he doesn't drive.
Insane. It's insane.
I wouldn't bring my car there, but I mean, like Cincinnati is awesome, and I don't think.
So we took a trip to Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Open because we both played tennis in high school, right? And we watched the movies Challengers, and we both
good.
really like that movie.
And her parents don't.
Well, my parents are very like
I mean,
PG,
they're older, so I
very
don't
like.
think they. Yeah.
Well, you know, some people are older and they get into the raunchy things, right?
Really?
But come on now,
I just feel like
Renfest,
the
Renaissance Festival. If you know, you know.
The
kind of vibe.
ratio, I feel like it's different.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that personally. I wouldn't say that. I mean, not speaking from experience. It's just like things that I've
Okay.
witnessed
That's
online.
fair. I'm not dying on this hill.
Anyway, what were you talking about?
Cincinnati.
Yeah. Oh, Challengers. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had watched it, and we're like, you know what? Let's just go to Cincinnati. The flights are cheap.
It's so cheap. It was $70, guys.
$74
Round trip.
We flew Frontier.
It was good. It was better this time.
Yeah, because I was a little scarred because last time
Yeah.
we went to when we went to New York 2 years ago, that was one of the worst flights I've ever
I
taken.
literally hate. Okay,
like
we're not being elitist. Okay, like I am such a cheap traveler. She knows.
oh, I know.
I'm such a cheap traveler. I'm a budget traveler because I travel a lot, so I can't be dropping like $400 on these flights. Frontier is another level because I love Spirit. Like I actually do think, for my personal experience in like the last 2 years, so before that I can't attest for them, but like they're great. They're usually on time. The longest I've been delayed is like 30 minutes. They don't really check your bag if it looks like a backpack. Like, they're fine. Like, whatever. Like, I'm pretty good with it. But Frontier is where I draw the line. Because it's just so bad.
Like, the seats, I don't know. I think I was just in a mood or something when we went to New York. Because I just, like, the seats were so uncomfortable. And I couldn't, like, go to sleep. I don't know. It was just not
And they check your bags, like, so...
Yeah.
And, like, the thing is, we're smart. So we have bags that fit. But it's just even that. They made it so difficult. And the pilot from that flight was so bad. Like, it was shaking.
There was a lot of turbulence
all the time.
And stuff. Yeah.
So when this time we're like, okay, it's Frontier, but it's $70.
Yeah. I was a little hesitant, but I was like, I'll give it another try. It's chill, like whatever. Yeah. And honestly, it was good. Besides, like, the smoke machine that happened before we took off.
She has a video of it.
I don't have a video. Maybe I'll insert it somehow, but it's just so silly goofy. I was like, is someone smoking? Is there a smoke machine on board? Like, what is happening in this moment?
Yeah.
And it wasn't only us who noticed it.
No,
like,
it's everybody.
Because it happens sometimes. Like, I've noticed it before on different
But it's not
flights.
like in your face, though.
It was literally going into our face. We're not even on the aisle seat. That's the issue there.
Yeah, it was crazy because I think... So, we got on the plane, we sat down, and of course, right, my ritual, so I, like, pulled out my phone, started playing my mobile games.
iPad kid, yes.
Yeah, so I was like, it was like this, and then I see smoke go over my phone screen, and so I was like, what's happening? And then it's just, like, so much... like air vapor or smoke or whatever, and we were like, is this supposed to happen? Or like
everybody else was also sus too. They're like,
because it didn't happen like when you get on the plane. It was only after you started like ascending.
Yeah,
it was really weird, but I mean, it was fine. It was $70.
It was a really good trip. All in all, the whole time we were just like, oh my gosh, like where's the catch? Like this is a great city. Oh my gosh, should we move here? We're looking up like apartment
like prices.
Yeah, prices. We're looking up like all this stuff. We're like, we went to this park and there was a huge pickleball court with like 20 courts, and it's just a free for all. You just tap in. I would never need to go on dating apps if I lived there.
We met so many people. So we met 2 guys there, and then we talked to other people, and like they didn't even hit on us.
Yeah.
Like we felt safe and seen, and like a connection with a person, but not dangerous. Like that's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And so the whole time we're just like la-di-da-di-da, like, oh, this is great. Until the last day. Okay. The last morning. All we had to do was wake up and drive to the airport.
Yeah.
We're walking out to the car, and I'm like, "Hey, like, did you leave the back window open? Like, it looks open." And she was like,
I don't think so, because I see it and I'm like, it is open. But I don't think I did, because I was the last person to leave the car. And then we we inch closer to the car, and we see something on the ground.
Broken glass on the floor. Literally the whole thing just like plop on the floor. I was like, wait a minute. That's not right.
We didn't do that.
We didn't do that. We're just girls. And so as we're walking up, I'm like, shit, like shoots. There could be someone in the car still. Like you never know, you know? This never happened to me before.
No. Me neither. No one's ever broken into our car.
So we're walking up with our big ol' like baboon to the moon backpacks.
Because we only got one personal item, right? So everything, we were there for 3 days. Everything is in that backpack. Yeah.
We're just like, oh, this is the catch. This right here. We found the catch, and luckily it was fine. Like, you know,
we rented the car. Like, the person who rented it out was very nice. He was on the way to the airport to pick up the car, and then I called him and I said, hey, so like a car was broken into, and it's not only that, there's not only broken glass, because at first I'm like, hey, do you still want me to drive it to the airport? He said, sure. And then I get into the driver's seat, and then I realize the whole, like, they try to hotwire it, so the entire thing was, like, ripped over. I can't start the car. And then I sit in that seat, and I said, what if somebody's in the trunk right now? And so I opened the trunk, and there was no one there. But
false clip.
Oh, and then the thing too is that like that was like my weekend birthday, sort of. So we had gone the day before to like a market, and then Sarah got me some tea bag, like some teas, like some like loose leaf teas,
yeah, mm-hmm.
And then we put it in the console in the middle, and didn't take it in for the night, and then. So Sarah noticed.
So I was looking at the passenger seat because I was gonna get in. Mm-hmm. It's like so funny because that was the only thing that was in the car with her tea, and they had nicely laid it out on the seat, like presented it because she bought maybe like 3 bags of loose leaf tea, a little like strainer kind of thing. And I don't know, like the pamphlet that you got from the place, and it's just nicely like laid out, like as if they're gonna take a little picture. And I think in that moment they had a moment of realization of like, oh damn, like this is all they have. Like
there's nothing. Because the thing is, we didn't even leave anything out. Like, it was
because it's like, a rental car. Like
a clean car that we didn't leave anything out because we know better than that.
We're not stupid,
right?
Sometimes.
So I mean, the host came. He gave us a ride to the airport, like, and then that was it. But it was crazy because I think the entire trip we're having a really good time.
A really good time. Everything's cheap. Everything's so nice and pristine. Like
really good meals too.
In the city, like it, they had flowers everywhere.
Yeah, there was an Ohio River like running through the city, so we saw that. It was just so nice.
The zoo, where Harambe was.
And the weather was so nice. Yeah. There's like greenery everywhere. Like it was great.
Yeah.
I kept Googling like what's bad about Cincinnati, what's bad, and then people just kept saying like, oh, it's pretty good, pretty solid. But the entire time I think there was just like a sinking feeling of like
something's up,
something's sketchy.
Up. Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
And then we found the sketch, and then and then we're like, okay, well, maybe we don't move.
Yeah. But I feel like, I mean, I guess we didn't drive too much, but well, we did drive like outside of the city. Yeah. So I don't think the driving was that bad there. No. Just because they do have some sort of publishers. I just don't think it's that crowded. So maybe that's why.
I just recently went to New York.
Yeah, again.
And because the first time we went in the summer.
That trip was crazy.
Yeah.
Because you were like hurting. And it's just.
Okay.
So, this is traveling in your 20s. It's like this. Like, literally, if you're not doing it with, like, a significant other, it's going to be, like, the most chaotic trip. Every single trip. This is the most chaotic trip you've been on.
Yes. Can confirm. Please watch our Vietnam highlight. Because
it's the same thing.
Anyway, so before this trip happened, so stupid. I was trying on my backpack because I was like, I wanted to see how much it weighed and like, whatever.
So right? Embarrassing.
So, have my backpack on. I'm talking to my parents, like, whatever, ha ha ha. And then I sneeze. But I sneeze in a comical way sometimes, like an over exaggerated, like comic,
like sitcom, yeah,
right. And
Jerry
so
Seinfeld.
Just imagine, like,
your body, your
my
torso,
body like folds like this, like literally 90 degrees. Okay, at my hip, I hinge, and I as soon as I get back up from the sneeze, I'm like, oh. My back hurts so bad. Like, I've never felt this before, and it hurt really, really bad. Man. And I think I like strained something because it was fine after a couple days, I think, or maybe a week or something. 2 weeks.
I do think that like the walking in New York helped.
Yeah.
But then, there was an incident.
So it was hurting on the plane and stuff like that, and then we were walking around. I'm like, okay, it's getting better. It's getting better. And then we're trying to get on the subway, and everybody was already like going on the subway. I was like, oh shoot, like I gotta hurry. So for some reason my card wasn't working, and so I was like, oh my god,
at
like
the turnstile,
they're gonna leave me here, and I'm gonna be lost in New York, and when I go on vacation, I can't survive because. When I go on vacation, I'm just kind of that friend who like goes along with the plans. Like I don't really do all the navigations and stuff. Yeah. Which I am getting better at.
No, but I think that the good thing about her is that she can give you a decision and an opinion, and that is it's something that not everybody can do, because it's like the thing is that as a person who plans something and you have options and you're like, which one do you want? The last thing I want to hear It's, oh, whatever you want. Oh, well, what do you think? No! Don't make me do this too! But if I ask Sarah, she'll be like, okay, this one. And I'll be like, great! Great!
The thing is, like, usually I'm not like that, but I think since that's my only thing that I need to do, I can do it in that moment.
Power you know? Up.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, to continue the story, I had to duck down really fast because it wasn't working. So I was like, ooh, I gotta do the thing where like you don't pay and you just kind of go.
Oh, no. What happened was because I went in front of you, so I goofed a little bit here. I went in front of her, and then I was like running to the thing because I thought I was gonna the subway was gonna close, and then Sarah's like,
I was like, wait,
and then I came back and I scanned my phone real quick, but then I think I pushed the turnstile over, so it's as if another person already gone through. So she was like, and then she had to duck down.
I had to duck down, and then my back hurt so much. I was like, oh no, it's back in full force. And so that's the only moment where I was like, okay, I gotta pop an Advil. Like, this is hurting too bad. And then we ended up missing the train because of that whole thing.
No, the thing is, it's not even that. Well, because the train ended up being delayed, so we didn't even have to do all that. Right. But then at that point, we just took an Uber. Let's just take an Uber. Like, this is, we're splitting it 4 ways. Like, it's not that expensive. So on the train there, Sarah was just like,
It just hurts so bad. I was like, I just want to eat. Right now. And we were going to a steakhouse, so it was worth it.
So at least, yeah.
And then I had a whole debacle of like drinking the wine because I forgot that you're not supposed to drink.
Yeah, but it's
when you're on medication.
But it's fine.
It was fine. I drank the whole glass. I was chill.
So that was crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, that trip, it was fun, but I don't think I got the hype of New York. I was just like, okay, like it's hot. And I'm walking around and subways are stinky. Like, I'm just not like a fan. I wasn't a fan. July or June? Yeah.
So it was hot.
It's really hot.
And then also, like, I mean, I don't think that we normally would care as much, but like, because we got a hotel room in Manhattan, and it wasn't the cheapest, but it also wasn't like the most expensive, and it was so small. Like, the thing is, normally it would be fine, but literally just walking past somebody, you would bump into them and you would like whatever. And we got a little like Japanese cheesecake, and we had to just eat it on the floor. And there was no one because the bed is right here. Space on the floor. So I think it's just like a lot of different things. But like we did like definitely there were some good moments. Like we went to like a college bar. We saw my friend, and like it's so funny because the playlist was going so good.
So hard.
And then one of my friends, he just kept talking. Me and Sarah kept being like,
oh, I want to dance so bad. I just want to dance.
You know, and then we like had some drinks and then we went home. And like that was nice, but like we don't remember that. We remember like all the horrible moments because we remember.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, New York's fun, but like it's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. And so this whole time I'm just like whatever. But I just went back for the fall season. You gotta visit New York in the fall. Yeah. Okay, I'm a New York fan now, but only in the fall. Like,
I think you would like it in the winter also.
In the winter too. I really want to experience the winter because there's just so many things to do. And I went with my significant other. Ooh. That's okay.
Yeah. No, because it's interesting because I think that time was also the first time I have been to New York in the summer.
Oh.
Yeah, I always go in like January, December, so it's always pretty nice. It's always cold, but like you get it. Like there's a bunch of stuff, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really nice. All the leaves were like changing colors because we don't have that in Texas. It's all just like evergreen, green trees, dying trees. But walking around Central Park was like probably my favorite part because
and it's huge.
It's huge. It's so peaceful. You could just sit there and like watch the people and the dogs go by. It was so fun. And
I think like fall fashion really goes because it actually gets colder, so you actually like there's layers.
Had my little long coat and whatever. It was such a sleigh. Honestly, yeah, I would go back, but only in the fall and winter.
Yeah, because I think that's fair. Yeah. Why did we decide to go in the summer? I don't know. We went with like 2 other friends, and one of them, he like last minute decided to join, so he had to land in Newark, which is the Newark airport, which is in New Jersey, and it took him like 3 hours to like get from New Jersey to Manhattan. And so I think that was the consensus for every single person. Just like, this is not.
It was a lot. It was a lot, but.
And I think also because we went to Chicago in the summer, like the year before that or 2 years before that, and the weather was very nice and things were relatively like pretty good.
True.
So the comparison was very like,
yeah, that's true.
We ate a lot of good food there though. I'm gonna say that
New York is the place for foodies because we are foodies. Okay, love a good meal. Love to just chow down, and get full.
Yeah, dude.
And then get boba after.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyways, so as of filming this, the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight was last night. So that was crazy. I know she's not really plugged into.
So I'm not plugged into Boy World really. I've heard about it though, like when it was. It's
pretty big.
Like, I feel like that it was gonna happen maybe a couple months ago or something. And I knew that it was happening, but like again, I'm not tapped into the boy world, and I don't really care, and I don't like people fighting, so I don't care to watch that. But how was that?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was supposed to be at 7 CT, like 7 Central Time, and so I like opened my Netflix and I logged in, and it was 2 random people fighting, and I was like, I don't know who this is, and then I looked it up, and Jake Paul and Mike Tyson wasn't supposed to fight until 11, and so I was like, that's a little bit too much for me, because I had seen like all of the promos and all of the memes and all of the stuff, and Mike Tyson is an interesting character. Like, do you know anything about him at all? Like, except for the fact that he's a boxer and he has a face tattoo and he bites people's ears off. Did you know that?
I didn't know he bites people's ears off. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't know that?
No.
That's like a thing that he's like most famous. Well, okay, no, he's not most famous for it, but like that's like a pretty like like Van Gogh.
Yes, I know
cutting
Van
off his
Gogh.
ear.
Yeah,
like that's not his thing that he's most famous of, but like you kind of just know
right.
that. That's the same thing with Mike
about him.
Tyson. Yeah, because he was like he was a very.
Is that allowed?
It's not allowed. So Mike Tyson, like considerably one of the greatest boxers of all time, right? Like a beast in the ring.
Okay.
When he was in his prime and stuff like that, right? Like people don't take into consideration. Well, not people don't. I'm sure people who follow him do, but like just for the general public, like to be that, you have to be very aggressive, right? You're pretty whatever to be
tough.
Yeah, like that. And so there's a lot of interviews that he gives like 10, 20 years ago that you're like, because he'd be like, oh yeah, like I want to like kill him and kill his family, and I want to blah, blah. Like he just like it's just very like that.
Very violent, it seems.
So in one of the games, like he like bit like they were whatever, right? And he bit a guy's ear off, and that's like a really like famous moment. I'm surprised that you don't know this.
Like, again, I'm not tapped in at all to Boy World. Like, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know that.
You don't know Mike Tyson like that.
I don't know Mike Tyson like that. I wasn't he in like a couple movies?
Yeah, I think like after he retired, like he like went and kind of cameo in like a few shows.
Yeah,
and movies
a few
and
cameos
stuff.
Or something.
He was in How I Met Your Mother. Fun fact. But yeah, where did you see him?
I don't even know. Couldn't even tell you.
You could just tell because he has like the like famous like
so
face
I've
tattoo,
seen that
like,
before
eye tattoo.
somewhere. Maybe Marvel or something.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
But a lot of people were saying, like he, he might have done like some bad things in the past, and so I mean, he's just like his time is kind of past. But then they're like, but it's versus Jake Paul, so they're like, I cannot wait for Mike Tyson to beat Jake Paul, right?
Bite his ear off.
Because Jake Paul is like public enemy number 1.
Oh, yeah. 1 or 2. I mean, Mr. Beast is up there as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think like people hate Jake Paul more than people hate Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so everybody's like, oh my god, like I cannot, and everything, because Mike Tyson is 58.
Yeah.
So he's old now, and he hasn't trained in 20 years, and Jake Paul is like in his 20s, 30s, I don't know, and he's like been training, like he's been boxing for the past couple years, so people are like betting on it and so all the stuff like that. So I saw all the memes, and I showed her one of the reels that I saw about a guy like animating, like prediction, whatever. It was just funny. So Jake won.
Oh.
By a unanimous decision. So I don't think there was any KOs. It was just like the judges or whatever. But the issue that everybody had was that it was live streamed on Netflix, and it was so bad because it just wouldn't load.
What?
It just wouldn't load. So like the entire time there's so many buffer and stuff like that, and people couldn't, because like so many people were joining because it was such a big event.
Oh, Netflix.
And so that was a big thing. I saw a TikTok on Instagram.
There she goes again.
Of like, there was a watch party. There were like maybe 10, 20 people, and like it wouldn't, until a guy like threw a ball at the TV and started being super mad at it because it's like it doesn't work. And I'm sure maybe it was scripted, but like it like doesn't buffer. And apparently like Mike Tyson like mooned everybody. Like he put his pants down or something, so he was on his butt cheeks.
Stop. Yeah. Stop. That's not real. No way. And then on live television?
No, but he's like he's crazy. Like, I'm sure, like, there are so many things that I can show you that you'd be like, you can't say this, but Mike Tyson can't say it. Like, in one of the panels, like, press, because of AI, so I'm like really, really like worried that this is just like dubbed and not real, but I'm just gonna say it because it's not that far. It's not that far-fetched. Okay. Is that Jake Paul was like joking, was like, oh, like I just want to kiss him or something like that, like because he's just weird. Okay,
right.
And then Mike Tyson was saying like, oh yeah, like I saw a video of you. I don't know what accent I'm doing. He's fully American. I saw a video of you like dancing to a song like 10 years ago, and I had an erection. And he says stuff like, they just say like great, like the most outlandish thing, and you're just like, okay, that's just Mike.
That is just so weird.
Like he just says things. You just say things. And then people are also saying that like they think that it's scripted, or like that it's like whatever.
I could see that.
The entire time they were just saying like he wasn't really like fighting.
Oh,
like he was just like he was just like doing this, and he wasn't really like throwing punches and stuff. So now you're up to speed.
Thank you. Yeah, because
I'm so surprised that you don't know more about Mike Tyson. I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those things like Floyd Mayweather, or like, Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, or like Manny Pacman, Filipino boxer, very famous. They had a match a couple years ago. They are not the person.
I thought they were the same person. Oh no. I really cannot defend myself here. Yeah, I'm not really good at like pop culture. I don't think I'm super tapped in.
I think this is like just a different space.
I think you're right, but because for the most part, the only place I do get my pop culture is from Just Trish podcast. Yeah,
I don't watch her, so
but I know love her. But yeah, so I don't know.
That's fine.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, by the way, guys, I literally just got a dental procedure yesterday, so I'm here for you.
Girl got an infection.
I know. I have to have, I don't think we'd said this before, but I have to get implants in my mouth, and I had to get 4. And one of them got infected, and it was really sad. So now they have to take it out, and then I have to start over with that one.
Did we ever talk about your fall?
I don't think so.
Do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a year and a half ago, like a year and 4 months, 3 months, something like that, I was in Austin. One of our friends had her birthday, so me and her, we went to like dinner, and then 3 of us met up to get a drink.
Drinks. Yeah.
And so, and I know specifically this because I ate, and I was very hydrated. Every single time I drink something, like alcoholic, like I'm very conscious about drink water right after and being hydrated, because I know that people say that when you drink alcohol, you get really dehydrated and your skin is bad. So that is why I always hydrate.
Hydrate before you digest.
Not the right reasons, but it works. Okay, so
Not the right reasons, but she came to the same conclusion.
Yeah. And so afterwards, like, we were literally just gonna, like, walk back to one of our apartments and then...
No, we were gonna get ice cream. We were gonna go get ice cream.
Oh, we were just gonna walk to go get ice cream.
Because we were in, like, West Campus, by
Austin.
UT.
Area. And we literally walked, like, 50 feet to a crosswalk. And we pressed the button, we're waiting. And then I feel myself getting a little, like, lightheaded, but... You know, when you, like, get up from your bed and you feel lightheaded and, like, goes away in 2 seconds. So I thought that was the case. So I didn't sit down or anything. I was just like, okay. And then I fully, like, fell chin first onto the cement floor and broke my jaw.
So switching to my POV.
Right.
We had just gotten some drinks. We were having a good time. And
it wasn't even that much, but each of us got one drink.
Yeah.
You didn't even drink.
I didn't even drink.
Yeah, like, we didn't even...
We weren't going crazy. We don't go ham.
Yeah, and
we're very much lightweights as well. So, like, you know. So, we're waiting at the stoplight. Me and our friend, we're talking. And just, like, looking around, nothing, whatever. We're just at a stoplight. You know, you do what you do at a stoplight. You just wait.
You stand
You're waiting. And so, the light had just switched to, like, green for the cars coming this way. Because we're waiting to cross this way. This way. This way. And then so as soon as it turns green, we just see her, like, falling to the floor. Like, we don't have time to react because this has never happened before.
Literally,
like, it's very, like, just out of blue. And I guess, you know, we couldn't react in time
it was
to, like,
crazy.
Get her. And so luckily the cars didn't, like, speed, because if they had sped, they literally would have ran her head over. Like, it's not funny. It was so scary.
Yeah,
it was really scary. And then so we got her up off the floor.
Yeah.
She's bleeding. We're like, oh my God, we're freaking out because, like, what just happened, right? So we're trying to sit her down and she keeps trying to stand up. We're like, girl, please just sit down. You just want it.
It's just so insane.
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot. So somebody, not us, somebody ended up calling an ambulance, like an EMT. And before I got in there and, like, was talking to them, like, I didn't think that I passed out. I didn't know what happened because I couldn't control anything. But I remember all the way down. And I remember right after I get up. So they did say that I passed out, but I didn't pass it for too long, like a second, because I remember everything. Like, I remember falling down, but then not being able to not fall down, like, control that. And I remember, like, I have a memory of my teeth, like, one of them, like, popping out, and in my head I keep thinking, don't swallow it, like, don't swallow it, like, spit it out. Like, I remember that. So, and I remember, like, having blood, like, there were people, because a lot of people were, like, ran to help and was like, oh my God, look, girl,
because it was right next to a food truck.
Yeah, so it was crazy. But anyways.
Yeah. And then one of her teeth were on the floor. We called her boyfriend, like, to, you know, come. And so he was like, I came with a bag of milk. Because
apparently, EMT.
Yeah, because apparently, like, if you put the teeth in the bag of milk, like, it won't decay or something like that faster. But it ended up not even.
It doesn't matter.
Can't even.
Yeah, because it's only the top half of the teeth fall out, and, like, not the other one, so they had to just take the whole thing out anyways. But anyway, so I broke my jaw, and then I had to get surgery, all that. The whole thing. I had, like, a wire jaw for, like, 3 weeks. Like, fully could not open my mouth. Like, it was just there. The only thing that I could consume was, like, those shakes. Like protein shakes for, like, diabetes people or old people, like, Ensure and stuff like that. But then I couldn't even, because my mouth was closed, so I had to syringe it up and then push it down 3 times a day. It was crazy. But, you know, that was over fairly quickly. Like, I mean, after a month and a half, like, everything got taken out and everything like that. But my teeth, on the other hand, like, I lost 4 teeth on the bottom, and then half of it was gone. Half of another one, so 4.5. And then on the top, because of the pressure, so I hit the floor, right? And then my jaw went like this. So the pressure from the bottom to the top, so I cracked 3 teeth on the top. So I didn't have to get implants for them, but I'm gonna have to get, like, a crown for it. So I have temporary crowns right now. So it's crazy. So I'm getting implants. And the more things that I do, we have a friend, she kept saying, like, every day you become more robot and less Mia.
Like a cyborg.
But so I had to get braces, and I had to get, because for the bottom teeth, like so one fell out, but the reason I have to get 4 is because the other 3 was like really fractured really bad. You have to take them out. So I take all them out, put bone graft in. You have to wait for it to heal. Finally got my implant, like a green light for my implant last month, like 1 month ago. And then I got it, and I was like, oh my god, great.
We're almost there.
End of the road, right?
Almost at the finish line.
Yeah, I just have to wait, and then I put my crowns on, and then I'm done. And then a week later, I'm brushing my teeth, and then I look in the mirror, and I see a little, like, abscess, a little bulb thingy on the side of one of the teeth, and I'm like, that doesn't look normal. Oh. And so I started Googling, and I read everything. They're like, okay, yeah, it doesn't hurt because there's no nerve. Like, the nerve it's gone, but it's like an infection. And so I went to the dentist. It was an infection. I had to take that implant out, like redo it, and then have to wait for the bone to heal to do another implant. So that's very sad. So my face was so swollen this morning. I was driving. I was just like eyes packing it while I drive. And I'm like, I gotta get this content.
Send me a picture, yeah.
Can I film this podcast?
She's committed, guys. She's so committed. We love that.
But it was so crazy.
Yeah, that was traumatic.
Yeah.
I just felt so sad for you, and just like,
I was on a stretcher in that ER for like
yeah,
18 hours because they didn't know I had health insurance or not. It was crazy because like one fall. The thing is, it didn't even hurt when I fell because I think there was just so much adrenaline. Like it didn't hurt at all. Tens of thousands of dollars
that you'll never see again.
That I'll never see again. And that's already me having good insurance. So that's crazy. Oh, also, we went to the cardiologist to be like, yo, what's wrong with her?
Right.
Because the reason why you pass out is that your blood pressure is really low, meaning your heart is not pumping enough blood, right? So, but then because I had to get surgery for my jaw, they want to make sure that my heart is okay. Because when you go under surgery, anesthesia slows down your heart. Oh. So I learned many things.
Wow.
Yeah. So we went to a cardiologist, and my cardiologist said, no, everything looks normal. Nothing is wrong. And then he just said the craziest thing. 1 out of 5 people, 20% of people have an episode. So they would just faint out of nowhere with no pre-existing condition. So this could be you. If you feel lighthearted, sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah. Because the passing out is fine, but for me, right, if I just sat down, it would have been fine because I wouldn't have broken anything. But it's not that I didn't, that everything else. So please be careful.
Be vigilant. And if you feel faint, you probably will faint. So sit down.
And I talked to people about this, and so many people said, oh yeah, that happened to my daughter. Like, she just fainted. When I was at the dentist yesterday, the tech, he said, yeah, that happened to me when I was in school.
That 1 in 5 stat really is true.
So just, you're not the exception. I didn't mean that to be threatening, but just sit down.
Well, at least you're better now.
I'm better. And the thing is, like, I'm pretty good. Like, the entire time, like, obviously it's frustrating when I was just like, okay, well, it happened, so we move on. Which is, like, I don't think a lot of people would have think that. But
as we assessed in our previous episode, she's a little bit of psychopathic behavior. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, well, what to do? Move on. I mean, one way or another, you know, getting your ear bit off or like getting your jaw broken. Just don't.
I don't think that's I don't think you can correlate those because one happened as an accident. One happened on purpose. Okay, Mike did not accidentally bite his ear off. Well, I don't really know the situation, but I just feel like you don't accidentally bite someone's ear off.
Yeah, he's scary.
That's gotta be a lot of force, a lot of like mental, like I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so funny. There were like screen caps from like the fight.
Yeah.
And you know, because in boxing, sometimes they're just like really close to each other, right?
Right.
They took a screenshot of like a moment where like they're doing that, and then like Mike Tyson was like really close to Jake Paul's head, and then they said Mike has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Yikes, man.
I didn't know this. You probably did. But apparently Pitbull and Bon Jovi has a remix.
Yes! I knew about this because I follow Pitbull because literally he is my favorite person. And I have a poster of him right here.
I don't want it to fall.
It's okay. I'll probably put it in post. But yes, it's such a crazy crossover.
Is it good? Is it song good? I haven't heard it.
I also haven't heard it because I'm a fake fan. But I've heard the ones that he has posted through his Instagram. He'll use the sound, but I haven't heard the full song. And they're going on tour together. That's so.
But isn't that what Pitbull does? He just kind of goes on tour with other people.
I mean, he goes on tour a lot by himself.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I feel like every single one, or just I guess recently, the one that we've talked about is either him with
usually or for the majority of his
was grinding on the ground, on the floor, on the stage.
Oh, Enrique. Yeah, Enrique. Yeah, he was horrible in person. I'm sorry. I like his music. It's just he was really bad.
Not a good performer.
He was not a good performer. Vocals were not good. There's lots of clips. Look it up. Yeah, you're right. He did go on tour with multiple people, but I think he's been going on tour by himself for a while. But it's just a crazy crossover.
What is Bon Jovi?
He's rock, 80s rock.
Was he in a band? Because I feel like a lot of the famous ones are Paul McCartney's from the Beatles.
I don't know. I think he might be a solo guy.
I don't know. Sorry,
because
guys.
my parents are really into 80s music, so I did listen to him. I just can't. I don't think he was in a band.
Okay.
I think he's just a solo guy.
I definitely know that he is famous. But I don't know anything else.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like this is how. One time I asked my sister. I said something about Drake, and she didn't know that Drake was a big star. So this is the same thing. I definitely judged her. But yeah, but this is literally me. Yeah.
Do you know his son is married to Millie Bobby Brown?
I know. Well, I know that.
Yeah.
But again, what does his son do?
I don't know. He's just a nepo baby, I think.
Yeah, but does he do anything?
I don't know. Oh, maybe he does music actually. I think he does have some music.
Do you know Suki Waterhouse?
I've heard of her.
She's she's very famous father. I forgot.
Post?
I know, but I forgot.
No, not Post Malone.
She is not Post Malone's daughter.
Not daughter. I was thinking wife.
No. She's No, she's married to Robert Pattinson.
No.
Well, not married, but they're partners, and they're she has
what?
She's pregnant.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Her dad is. Wait, is she not Elvis Presley's granddaughter or something?
Huh?
I thought so. What is this? Maybe I'm lying.
Okay. Does she have famous parents or famous relatives?
Oh, I lied. Okay, so sorry guys. I know where I got this thread. So do you know Daisy Jones and the Six?
Yeah,
the book.
Heard of it.
They made it's the same person that wrote Evelyn Hugo and the Seven Husbands. Good book, great
Very
books. Good. Read if you want. But they made a show out of Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yes, heard about it.
And it basically is kind of loosely based on Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks. And the person who plays Daisy Jones is someone. And she's Elvis Presley's granddaughter. Susie Waterhouse was also in the show as the other female lead because she was the drummer. And that is where I thought that, but I was wrong because I just made it up.
The thing about her,
Presley's
she's very confident about things.
I fully thought.
And then, but it's okay. At least you got confidence.
Okay.
I have some now. Before though.
But sorry. Somebody who was just watching that was just she is not Elvis Presley's granddaughter. What are you talking about? Or other people will just hear that and then leave.
See, that's
and then we'll just start spreading misinformation.
No. I believe everything you tell me because I'm okay, you probably know.
You know what? To make this go viral, just clip the part where I say she was Elvis Presley and then not include the part where we correct ourselves and then...
Okay.
And that's how we go big.
That's our big break.
Big break.
Okay, so you have a note on here to talk about Jason Nash.
TikTok
Jason
live.
Nash. Oh,
Jason Nash.
Okay. So
Panhandling.
Okay.
is that?
Let me. This is girl world drama. Okay. Let me break this down for you. Jeffree Starr. Do you know who?
I know who
Starr
Jeffree Starr is, mostly because of his like
Makeup.
controversies.
Oh, yes. So he's gotten a lot of controversies. He's this big like YouTuber, or was a big YouTuber who did makeup content.
I know about his yaks.
And so now he's post cancellation. He moved to Wyoming. He has a big old yak farm, and he sells meat to
Various
people
Yeah.
now. He still has his makeup brand. He's just like canceled. So like not a lot of people are digging into him. You know, he kind of left the internet. He's doing a lot of TikTok lives.
Oh, well,
So
he didn't
he's-
leave the internet. He left YouTube.
He left YouTube, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's doing a lot of TikTok lives, and he's doing these. Do you know about the TikTok live battles?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard the word, so I don't know what they are.
Okay. So basically, you're on TikTok live, right?
Okay.
Another person can challenge you to
Any
a battle.
random person.
I think so.
Okay.
Something like that. To a battle. And so you're duking it out. You're like, it's a split screen.
but what
so
are you
can
doing?
So you can see each of the persons, right? And you're all trying to get your audience to get you more donations. Because whoever has more donations wins that battle. Yeah. Yeah. So he was just on the canceled podcast.
Okay.
With Brooke and Tana. And I usually don't watch their podcast, but I watched this episode because I used to be kind of a fan of Jeffree Star. Like, I used to watch his videos and stuff, his makeup videos. And so he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, I make like $50K a day on TikTok Live. $50K every day. He goes live every day.
Who's okay? Hang on, I'm computing. So are we thinking that all of these donations are from kids?
I don't think so.
Or kids as in like people just under 18, so like 16-year-olds.
I don't think so, because I think if
Would
you
you
have
give
an
money?
account, no, I would not give
Right, so I'm
money.
just trying to think about-
I think
Because- okay,
TikTok
yeah.
has something where if you're under 18, you can't, like, you just cannot donate. Like,
Yeah, but they can just lie, right?
sure, but I just don't think that they are the audience. I think it's older people.
So what are they doing in it though? Are they just saying
What do you mean?
in the live? Are they just saying, "Hey, give me money"? Like, are they?
So
doing
I think
anything?
in the live, he specifically Jeffree Star, I think he promotes his products. Kind of like QB. Do you know QVC?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like QVC. He's like,
Lori.
oh, like here's like there's this flash sale going on. Like, get it now. Here's the link. You know, stuff like that. But also, he does the battles, which make him.
I know, but in the battles, what do they do? Like
They're just like,
literally?
come on, guys, like. Let's meet this guy. Like, keep donating, like
Crazy.
da 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 da.
How long does that last? Usually?
I don't really know, but it's like maybe a couple minutes.
Okay, not like an hour.
It's not long.
Okay.
It's not long, and then they cut it off after certain whatever, or you beat the other
Guys,
person.
don't give money on TikTok Live.
Do what you want.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, so and then he was saying like, only a few people can donate like, because there's so on TikTok Live, right? You can donate like say roses or something. Roses
Yeah.
are the most basic one.
Is that like money?
And then yes.
Okay.
So maybe it's a couple cents for
Okay.
a rose to give a rose.
maybe a couple cents. You can do it.
And then so it goes up from there. Like there's different tiers. There's different things you can gift. Like there's a unicorn, there's a whatever, like a galaxy, whatever. And so he was saying there's this one, like the top gift amount is equivalent to $800. One of these. And only 20 something people are allowed to even give that much.
But that's already like $16,000. Yeah, $16,000. 20 person for $800 each. That's $16,000.
It's insane. So I was like, should I go on TikTok Live? Because the thing is, like, I will
And
be
this
transparent.
is why when I said don't give your money to TikTok Live, she said, "Do we want guys?" We keep it real here, okay? I will judge publicly. I mean, the thing is, I don't mind. Like you said, like if it's like a couple of cents, like you know, if you have enough people or like.
Well, because like, what do you think about streamers then, like live streamers? Because that's how they make their money.
Yeah, but I think I don't like certain streamers either, or types of streaming, because at the end of the day, it's kind of a transaction of how entertaining you are, like entertainment and money, right? So I think that's fine. Like there's no problem with that. I think on TikTok there are two issues. Is for me, I do think that there are way more kids on that, like way more.
I think so.
And number two, I definitely think, probably just depending on the person, the categories, like there will be people that I'm like, yeah, like you can donate it, you know, whatever. But a lot of it's more so on TikTok, but I think there's also some of it is on Twitch as well, is they just be doing nothing or weird, like it's just not, it's, to me it's not the equivalent of that. It's just kind of like
panhandling.
What is panhandling?
So panhandling is like asking for handouts. Like you're kind of like when a homeless person is on the street and they're like,
okay, yeah, and
they got their little pan and like, please,
yeah, and
you know?
and
So,
the same thing too is that like, I don't think, you know, obviously I'm not gonna advocate to be legal or anything, but like there is a lot of like brain rot content that I don't think that you will get addicted to, but it's not good. So so that is where my thoughts is on that. So it's just, I don't know. And then also, yeah, I don't know.
So Jason Nash, if you don't, do you know Jason?
Yeah, I know Jason. Yeah.
So he's David Dobrik's
like on
henchman,
yeah,
basically.
Is he still?
They had a podcast together. I don't think they're still like super close.
He was a cameo on Jake and Josh like 20 years ago for one episode.
So random.
Yeah. Like what?
So he has like 2 kids, and people were calling him out, like specifically Tana, I remember, was calling him out for panhandling on TikTok or TikTok Live, where basically he was just asking his followers like, please guys, like please donate to me because whatever, like I need to raise my family, this and that. So people were like, dude, go get a job. Like, actually just go get a job. Why are you on TikTok Live pandering to people when you could literally just go get a job?
Yeah, and the thing too is like if he's already a person with a lot of following, people know him, like make good quality content, and then no one would have an issue with you monetizing from it instead of. And actually I might have heard about this like maybe some time ago about he would like do TikTok Live with his wife or something, and then they would,
I didn't
like,
know about that.
Each get donation or something like that. I don't
know. Weird. No,
Seems
he's
bleak.
Just weird. Yeah, so I'm not. So when I said that I would do TikTok Live, right? I'm not saying that I would go on there and be like, guys, please donate to me, because like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I will be transparent here. Like, I have gone on TikTok Live once. Because I have a TikTok and I make like crochet content.
I think that's fine.
So I was like crocheting live on TikTok, and I got maybe I got a rose, dude. I got a couple roses. I made 4 cents. Thank you very much to those who donated, period. And then I never did it again because I was scared.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think for me, it's more so the type of content.
Yeah.
And when I say TikTok, it's probably just my understanding of what type of content is usually on there.
Right.
Not more so.
The large majority.
Like, I went out to eat a couple of months ago at like a Chili's, literally the backbone of Middle America. And on like the table, like maybe like next to me, but like one row to the right of me, but like one table like up, there was a guy doing TikTok Live, and he was eating and he was reviewing and whatever, and I think that's totally fine. He wasn't bothering anybody. He wasn't obnoxious. I was just kind of like, whoa, that's crazy, like one in the wild,
it's
right?
Happening in real life.
But like I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah.
It's just more so like there's just some weird things on
TikTok
that I've seen.
Live.
That it's just kind of like weird.
Yeah, I think so. But I think I will try it
Yeah,
soon, because I have plug a little bit, but I have this like ASMR doodle art channel, and I feel like I want to live stream one of my like art things. Yeah.
And I definitely think that for a person that wants to do that, like TikTok Live is way more easier than like Twitch or something. So it's just really hard to break into.
Yeah.
What's your handle? You want to tell us?
Oh, it's I'll link it, but it's also ASMR doodle art. Look me up. I'm just posting a lot of shorts right now, but long form content coming soon, guys. I just got a 1,000 subscribers
on
so
YouTube. On YouTube. Yeah.
Shout out.
What will be the long form? Like, are you gonna try to draw something?
Well,
or is it
I just right now I just compiled like the shorts to a long form video.
Like a
so like I just
compilation?
like a compilation. But I think I want to do maybe like
like a big
full page.
Yeah.
Like draw with me kind of thing.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So look out for that. Well,
It's been fun, guys.
thanks for hanging.
I'm not gonna lie, we had a lot of notes on this episode. We only talked about like 3 things, and the rest was just from our brains. So,
To be fair, we haven't seen each other for a while, so you know, we gotta yappers over here.
hey, yes, subscribe,
Subscribe,
like, let
the
us
YouTube
know
video.
whatever you want us to talk about, and we'll
Please
talk about it.
comment any suggestions. Hopefully the audio is better this time. No
Because
promises.
we're actually using our microphones now.
Right. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.